Hello viewers, welcome to Health Show Guide. Someone has rightly said that health is wealth. If health is lost, something is lost. But I say not something, much more than something is lost. Now today we will be talking about diabetes, especially the foods which are recommended for a diabetic individual. Now who doesn't know about diabetes? Our country is about to become a diabetes capital on account of certain reasons. Now, diabetes is basically a chronic metabolic disorder, a disorder pertaining to carbohydrate metabolism. So, what we observe is there is elevation of blood glucose level or blood sugar levels higher than that of the normal present in the blood. That condition is called hyperglycemia, and appearance of sugar in the urine, that is called glycosuria. So combining hyperglycemia and glycosuria, that clinical condition is known as diabetes mellitus. Now diabetes mellitus is of two types, type 1 and type 2. Now type 2 diabetes mellitus is also referred to as non-insulin dependent diabetes mellitus, usually found in adults, and previously it was called mature onset diabetes mellitus. The body becomes resistant to insulin or does not produce enough insulin. Insulin is basically a protein hormone produced from beta cells of pancreas, which is an endocrine gland. Diabetes mellitus type 2 is on the rise in almost all the countries now. Now, excessive blood sugar more than that of the normal is can damage our vital organs like heart, blood vessels, eyes, kidneys, and nerves. Is not recommended at all. Now, so far as type 1 diabetes mellitus, previously known as juvenile onset diabetes mellitus, is also known as insulin dependent diabetes mellitus, totally dependent upon insulin. Body is not in a position to produce insulin at all. Beta cells of pancreas cannot produce insulin at all. It can be genetic. It is a chronic condition. Now it has been seen that more than 830 million people all over the world are suffering from diabetes, and most of the people, they are not taking medication properly. Now our discussion would be confined to foods to be recommended for diabetes mellitus. Now the overall aim of diabetes therapy is no doubt to take drugs and etc. But there is an approach to reduce inflammation. Secondly, to enhance insulin sensitivity. Thirdly, foods which would be recommended, those foods which can reduce inflammation, which can enhance insulin sensitivity, foods which are rich in micronutrients, foods which are rich in antioxidants, and foods which have a low glycemic index. The problem here is if inflammation continues to occur, it reduces insulin sensitivity. In other words, it increases insulin resistance. So we have to minimize insulin, reduce inflammation first, enhance insulin sensitivity. Now, thirdly, we have to recommend foods which have low glycemic index, low caloric value. So, those foods are highly beneficial. And lastly, foods which are rich in antioxidants and contain micronutrients, especially chromium and magnesium. Now we recommend foods like leafy vegetables that comprises this spinach, etc. These are low in carbohydrates. They contain fiber, they contain vitamins, they contain minerals, they contain antioxidants which reduce inflammation. So, which plays a role in insulin resistance, minimizing insulin resistance. Then we have whole grains like brown rice, oatmeal, etc. They no doubt provide energy. They are rich in fiber. You have to replace white rice. Then lean proteins. Proteins have low glycemic index. They don't disturb carbohydrate metabolism. So diabetic individual needs proteins also. If he can take proteins like lentils, etc., so these are highly beneficial for him. They have less impact on blood sugar levels. Then coming to berries, they are rich in antioxidants. Then nuts, seeds, they are, no doubt are rich in fiber extra, almonds, chia seeds, flaxseed. They also regulate blood sugar. Even cinnamon extra has been found to reduce or make blood sugar under control. Now fish, it is rich in omega-3 fatty acids. They reduce inflammation. They enhance insulin sensitivity. Then we have other vegetables like broccoli extra rich in vitamin A, K and C, low glycemic index. So this is the approach when somebody is suffering from diabetes, such type of food stuffs are recommended for a diabetic individuals. Now so far as micronutrients are concerned, chromium is very important, magnesium is very important. So these leafy vegetables and strawberries, they contain chromium also. Broccoli especially, they contain magnesium because in diabetes mellitus there is excessive loss of magnesium. And chromium, it can enhance insulin sensitivity. It minimizes insulin resistance. It stimulates insulin receptors. So these are the type of foods to be recommended when somebody is suffering from diabetes mellitus. Thank you. Thanks.